Everyone. Today we will be discussing about two main algorithms, which is backtracking and dynamic problems. Most of you confused when you see the problems, where to use which one. So today I'll elaborate, I explore the main concept of both, when to use which one. So we'll see one by one. We'll see the first problem. Don't go with the backtracking. Don't go with the dynamic I have written. Just see the problem. We have an array which consists which contains some number 1 2 3 4 any numbers, and the sum or maybe target you are getting as a 4. You have to find all the combinations which sum is 4. So output you can see 1 1 1, there was you one subset 1 1 2, which is also giving a output as a 4 1 3 2 2 and 4. We can repeat 3 and 1, but it depends on the output. But whenever you will get such kind of problems, how will you solve? What would be the brute force algorithm? You will go with the iteration, uh, put the loops, but that would be the very complex. You cannot figure out all the combination while putting the iterations or some brute kind of algorithms. It will be very complex. I'm not saying you can't solve it with iterations, but to put that solution very complex. So whenever you get this kind of problems, you have a 1 2 3 4. What you can think, you have to select first. Then you can select second, you can select third and fourth and see the sum is 4 or not. But if sum is not 4, then you have to go back and select 1, 3. That's also, if you add these two numbers, is also sum 4. So whenever you have to go back and find out the permutation and combination, wherever you need, you have to go back. This is my first solution, but again, I have to go back and see all the solutions. So that time you have to use the backtracking. So I'll give one more example. So suppose you have an array or you have a string ABC. You have to find all the permutation and combination for this string. There would be 6 combinations. So how will you go? You will select A, then you can select B, C, then again you can go back and you can again you need A, and you can just swap C and V, then one of the combination. Then again you can swap the C and A and V. So those kind of problems also you can solve through backtracking. So let's take on the first problem. So once you got these kind of problems, what you are thinking? Like if you are going ahead, if you putting the loop, you crossed I equal to 0, then you cannot go back because the iteration will go ahead. Then you have to put multiple loops to go back and see all the combinations for each. How many times you will put? Suppose if I change the target, then you put a multiple loops to go back, because first time also you need a first, then second time also you need the first element. So this kind of problems we can solve through the backtracking only, because whenever you have a chance to go back, might be this solution is not proper. So let me brief it again. So you took first, and you took first again, and you took first again, and you took first. This is the perfect combination 4. Now you are going again 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now you know other combination. Then you have to go with 2. This is giving as a 5. You are saying this is not a perfect combination. Then again you have to go back. This you have to move back, and again you have to put 2. This is the valid combination. So you are moving back. You have to go in a back condition, and again you have to put the next element. This is the solution 4. Next case, again you have 1, 1, again you are going 1, that you have already tried those combination. Again you are going 2, then you are trying next combination as a 3. This is also not a valid combination. So again you go back This is with this we are unable to fetch the with this also we can't get it. The condition is invalid. Your number is more than what we want as a target. So again we have to go back. Now first then we can try that approach. We can try two, then three. This again is moving to six. We can't go with this condition. Again we have to move. So try with three. This is the perfect one of the use case which can achieve as a four. So whenever you have to go back, this is the combination. Whenever you have to go back, that time you have to use the backtracking. So please keep in mind whenever you feel while dry and running the solving the problem in your mind, you see if we are making the combination, we have to again go back and check all the combinations. Then that time you have to use the backtracking. Only the option is the backtracking to make the problem easy. We'll make the program for this in our next video, but this is the video to make the difference where when to choose backtracking and when to choose dynamic problems, when to choose DP to solve our problems. Let's come to the DP. So can we use the DP here in this problem? If we are given a 1, 2, 3, 4 and we have to achieve the target for we can we use the DP? DP also work on the principle of recursion. Even backtracking is also work based on the recursion. But in recursion, we have a like in a backtracking algorithm is designed in a way where we can go back. So that's called the backtracking. We can go back and try different solution. But in a DP, when to use DP? So for DP, I'll take a simple example. DP, so I'll give a definition. First of all, DP you have to use where you are repeating the subproblems. The same problems you have solved, what for the next solution, you need that subproblem solution. If you can use that subproblem solution, maybe you don't have to recalculate again. So that's the way where we can use the dynamic problems. So I'll take one example. Suppose you have a problem, find the nth term of Fibonacci series. So how will you find the Fibonacci series nth term? If you have to find the fifth term, you are adding whatever the result for Fibonacci series fourth and three. So if the Fibonacci series like 1, 1, 2, we have to add previous two numbers. Then next term is 3, next term is 5, next term is 8 and 13. So suppose the fifth term I want as a suppose I want this term. So second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh term. Se- to get the seventh term, I have to use F6 previous two result. So F6 and F5. So get the seventh term, I need F6 and F5. Then we can get the F6. Again, I have to use F5 and F4. So you can see to get the F7, I need F6 and F5, but F6 we don't know, even F5 we don't know. To calculate the F5 and F6, we are using F5 plus F4. This problem we are resolving, and for F5 we are adding previous two number F4, and here you can see we are repeating the F4. The sub problems are getting repeated. So in both the cases, we are just calculating the F4 again and again. If you are not using, so where you see the sub problems are repeating, I have to get the same solution. I have to use in a next term. Then you can go with DP. So we don't have to recalculate again, and the complexity will be low. Okay, if you are recalculating this, this is the recursion. If you recalculating, it will take 2 to the power n. It takes more time. The complexity will be high. So where you will see the repeating term, then there you have to use the dynamic problems. I hope you understood where we have to use backtracking, where you have to use dynamic problems. Few are the problems where you can achieve by DP and backtracking, but whenever you see we have to backtrack to find the solution, use backtracking. Where your problems are getting repeated, use the DP. So you can use the recalculating solution in your nest to get the proper solution. So use the DP. So don't confuse. I'll make a video for DP, one of the example, and the backtracking. Thank you.